Izvor House is a reflection of a vibrant family's active and generous lifestyle, seamlessly connecting with the beautiful Lake Munga Reserve and offering a warm and inviting space for all seasons. I wanted to create a home for the Petrous where they could effortlessly transition between house and park on a gorgeous summer's day, or conversely, cozy up in front of the fireplace on a winter's night, being able to look across at the rain and windswept park.
We had a home with our family, our 2 children, and slowly started to outgrow that house. We're in the fortunate position where we're builders, so we were able to consider possibly renovating a house or having a piece of land and building. George was running around Lake Munga and saw a piece of land that looked quite challenging. We approached a few architects and we loved Michael Cardinale's work. He was the perfect fit for us, had very similar design loves, so we gelled, the 3 of us, very quickly. For Michael, we had some base elements that were very important. Things like how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, but it was more about giving Michael the freedom and talking about feelings and passion. So for me, it was, I love the organic nature of a building, something that feels like it's been here for a long time and is sympathetic to the environment. The name of the house actually reflects the area that we're in as well, Izvor House. Izvor is a Slavic word for a small body of water, which is opposite Lake Munga, which is also pays homage to George's family background as well, which was really lovely.
Yeah, for me, I didn't want to stifle Michael's creativity at all, but what I wanted was something that looked simple, but wasn't. So something that naturally looked like it fitted, but I wanted to also showcase our abilities as builders. So we've used multiple different types of building techniques. We have double brick, we have reverse brick veneer, we have structural insulated panel systems. And so we've covered pretty much most of the different styles of building. Also for me, it was important that we had a 4-car garage. We have a rear right of way, and I really wanted to utilise that and not take anything away from the front.
The site is quite geographically challenging. It falls approximately 3 metres from front to rear and about 1.5 metres from side to side. I wanted to work with the site rather than against it, so that meant siting the house using the contours of the site, which minimised the amount of forward works and site works and moving soil and retaining walls required. On top of that, I was also considering how the house sat within the streetscape in terms of its massing, and tying in with the idea of the front portion of the house being at ground level. The rear is almost a split level from the front and sits halfway within the site. So another important aspect of the design was that local policy requires that the front of the house or primary roof be a pitched or gable-ended pitched roof with a pitch between 22 and 35 degrees. So very prescriptive, but not necessarily a problem for me because I tend to lean towards a more traditional form if the area has the context. That front eaves line was going to be very crucial to how that all worked. I had the idea of cranking the ridge beam, which then created a geometry which allowed that eaves line to plunge, following more or less the great end of the site from side to side. The upshot to that was internally a number of angles and moments of interest throughout the front part of the house, and overall creating a more interesting traditional roof form, but still tying it back to its context and the history of the suburb.
We have a 4-bedroom house and 3 bathrooms. The master bedroom area behind us is a beautiful sanctuary. On the same level, we have our children's bedrooms, and then on the lower level is the guest, independent, separate guest area.
We like to entertain. So we said to Michael, the front of the house is the party side of it. We want that to be fun, we want it to be spectacular, we want it to be comfortable, we want it to feel warm.
And open to a public space almost.
Because we like to connect with our neighbours. So we say hi to people walk down. We've always lived like that. But then we also wanted our own little private area, and that's what Michael gave us. So once you come upstairs, it's only for family members.
The house has been stretched out along the southern boundary, which allows most of the habitable rooms to have a northern aspect. Windows are covered by projections throughout. The main living area at the front, which is predominantly glazed, has large overhangs, particularly to the north, which shield the area very well during the summer months, but obviously allowing winter light to come through. Materially, the intention was to create warmth and utilise materials and finishes which had depth and patina and somewhat aged and imperfect feel. The walls and ceiling to the front of the house are hand-troweled cement render, a finish I favour for its characteristics. Natural stone was used as a counterpoint to that. The overall palette was informed by both myself and the clients and their love of Italian materiality, particularly that of Carlo Scarpa, and so there are some nods to his mastery, although that's very difficult to approximate.
The pond at the front has given me so much joy. It's growing water plants, it's just amazing. They invite all sorts of nature. We have turtles, we have frogs, we have butterflies and dragonflies and all this beautiful nature that is drawn to it. And then internally, I think the practicality of the house is really appealing to me. The way you can come from the garage into the drop zone. The laundry has a really great flow. You get to place everything in its natural spot.
For me, I love jumping in those pools. It is such after a busy day or a hot day, it is such a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And then that's the start of my relaxation, because this is my private world. And then I come upstairs and I'm in my own sanctuary. I really do just decompress and I smile all the way to bed. It is just a wonderful, wonderful place. I'm very fortunate to have this at my disposal. Yeah.
This project brought its fair share of challenges. However, it was also a joyful and delightful experience. The design truly belongs to all of us. Collaborative effort for sure, that also involved George as the builder and Kylie as the interior designer. And while the design and construction process had its ups and downs, it's been incredibly rewarding, especially when communication is open and there's mutual respect. That's when the magic can happen.